Hi, best first graders. It's Aunt Julie and Adeline. We wanted to share some stories and lessons with you today. It's Friday, March 27th, 2020, and it is sunny. Should we sing a song? Sunny, 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 sunny. It is sunny in the sky. S-U-N-N-Y, sunny. It is sunny in the sky. Great job. I loved seeing all your rainbows that you sent me pictures of. And today we took a walk and we saw a lot of rainbows in people's windows, and it made me feel so happy. So I know your rainbows are making other people feel happy too. Great job, guys. I hope that yesterday you got to listen to a story from my mom, and you can listen to her stories all the time too, as another way to keep first grade going at home. So great job doing that. Today we're going to start a new book, and it is about a zoo. It is realistic fiction. I want you to say it. Realistic fiction. And that means it didn't happen, but it could happen. There's no magic or things that wouldn't happen in real life. It is realistic fiction. And the book is called The Green Fern Zoo. And this reminds me of the video that you might have watched 2 days ago of the Pittsburgh Zoo and that T-Rex feeding all the animals in the aquariums. I hope you really enjoyed that. So the first chapter is called Meet Vern. And it's just one page, and we're going to answer some questions about it too. So here it goes. Meet Vern. My name is Vern, and I have the best job. My job is to take you kids in to see the Green Fern Zoo. We will see things with wings and things with scales, things that bite and things that sting, things that creep and things that swim. I have lots of fun facts and tales to share with you. So let's see the zoo and have some fun. All right, so that's a little introduction about the story, and I will send you a link to 3.2, and that is going to show you some questions. I'm going to read you the questions now. Now it's getting a little harder because we're getting through first grade, and most of these questions you have to write the whole thing. And I know you can do a really good job and restate the question. So this is the first question. Where will Vern take you? The shop, the Green Fern Zoo, or the bus? Will he take us to the shop, the Green Fern Zoo, or the bus? The next question is, and it's your responsibility to write everything, what is Vern's job? So you're going to restate your question and say, Vern's job is... That's question 2. And remember, at any time you can pause my video so you can answer these questions yourself. Question 3. What could be some things with wings? Now you're using your brain and your prior knowledge to answer this question. What could be some things with wings? Your restatement is, some things with wings are... And again, you can pause our video so you can answer the question. Next, name some things you could see at the zoo. So now you're working, remember that fancy word I taught you, schema? You're using your schema, what's already in your brain, to answer this question and say some things that are at a zoo. So your restatement is, some things you could see at the zoo are... ... Then you're going to tell me what are some things you could see at the zoo. Okay, that's our lesson for our reader today. And I got some new books in the mail. I'm so excited. And I'm going to read you this one called After the Fall. And you can see this is not realistic fiction. This is a fantasy. Because I see an egg dressed in a shirt and tie, and that's not real life. It is a fantasy. So let's see. After the Fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I love being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past that wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. And one that day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it, but I was terrified. Ooh, what a great word. Terrified instead of saying scared. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who is famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. You like this one? Oh my goodness. What happened? And learn how to fly. The end. Ooh, that was a great one. I know there were some distractions. It's hard to do school at home, huh? Alright, so for today, I want you to try to find a blank piece of paper, and we're going to fold it in thirds like this, kind of like a brochure. So one side is going to go about a third of the way down, and then one side is going to go a third of the way down. So now you have, when you open it up, 3 sections. The first section I want you to write in the beginning. And I want you to write one sentence about what happened in the beginning of the story and an illustration. Then in the center part, I want you to write the middle. And you're going to draw a picture and write one sentence about what happens in our story in the middle. Okay, so your second part is going to be the middle with an illustration and one sentence about what happens in the story in the middle. If you can't remember, you can go back and listen to the story all over again. That's perfect. And the last section is the end. How does the story end in After I Fall? Can you do more than one sentence? You can always do more, but you can't do less. So this is going to turn into a storyboard of the beginning, middle, and end of our story. And if you need to hear it one more time or 4 more times, you can rewind our video and watch it again. Alright, so great job. We practiced After the Fall. We met Vern, and we're going to learn more about Vern on Monday whenever I send you another video. I'm going to put a link to a hundreds grid game that you can play at home and practice counting to 100 and finding all the multiples of 5 when we skip count by 5s. When we skip count by 2s, you can play in that game. So I'll put that on our link too. And I hope you have a really good weekend. And I'm thinking of you guys. Bye.